Now, before we go into the 10th commandment, I just wanted to mention something that's very important. Okay. Now, our words make a big difference. So while our words thus rest upon ourselves, they have an even more powerful influence upon others. We may by careless words sow seeds of doubt, distrust, and suspicion, which may never be uprooted from the mind. A dying man once said, "Gather up my influence and bury it with me." It's impossible, because when one's influence is out there, it will live after they are dead, and it will reproduce itself 1,000-fold. Okay, to give you an example of that, when Pontius Pilate was talking to his wife, or when his wife came to Pontius Pilate and said, you should not have got involved with Jesus, he says, don't worry, in a week they're going to forget about him. Jesus' influence as the Son of God is still here 2,000 years later. 2,000 years later, the powerful impact of Jesus Christ still stays with us. Even when we look at Paul, for example, he was a Sanhedrin known as Saul, but as soon as he was converted, he took the word to the Gentiles. Until today, we quote Paul because his influence on the Gentile realm, his words that were spoken, still today hold powerful and material with regards to the goodness of God and with regards to the commandments of God. So as we look at the 10th commandment, which says, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife or his house, the 10th commandment strikes at the very root of all sins, prohibiting selfish desire, from which springs the sinful act. He who in obedience to God's law refrains from indulging even a sinful desire of that which belongs to another will not be guilty of an act of wrong towards his fellow creatures. Meaning that, in the 10th commandment, we also see Jesus Christ, his self-denial, his unselfish act of dying on the cross of Calvary for man. We see that fully expanded in the 10th commandment. And Jesus lived this 10th commandment because he coveted for nothing. He didn't care what the Sanhedrin knew. He didn't care what the Pharisees knew. He didn't care how the Pharisees or the Sanhedrin treated him. He had a he lived a self-sacrificial life where that he sacrificed every single materialistic object, even the honor and the sort of praises of the Sanhedrin. He left all of that just so that he could show us how to live a life of self-denial.